This content is the property of Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOT TV, a property of the House of Yasha Allah El Trust. If you are viewing and or listening to this content on a non-PIOT TV branded platform, then we kindly ask that you stop and flag this content for copyright infringement. Thank you.
Alright, we live. Shalom, should I say, peace and love. Alright, you gotta excuse me, I'm tired. It has been a long day, but I have been burning to do this one here. Okay, so this topic is called, it should be titled Etymology Discussion. MOOR does not mean black, proof using Hebrew, but either way it goes, it says that, you see what it is. The other day I did a video that was, what did I say, third grade etymology lesson for children and adult bodies, I believe it was, and I basically went in on the word black and showing how the word black and nigger and necro meaning death, are all the same words. Basically, you know what, let me do this. We're just going to jump straight into it. We're not even going to play. So, a lot of people go around. You have a lot of people that say that the word MOOR means black, and a lot of times that's their argument to fall back on why it's supposed to be kosher for them to call themselves black. So that's exactly, a lot of times I see a lot of so-called black scholars, a lot of so-called, they're supposed to be Kemetic scholars, they say it. I see, a lot of people that, I even try to bring the information to, if they inquire a little bit and I let them know about us being Moors. It always somehow comes back to MOOR meaning black. I get that all the time, and you know what? In all reality, it is the furthest thing away from the truth. In all reality, MOOR does not mean black. Now, I do comprehend that in the European languages, if European tongues, European dialects, that the word MOOR, and they don't even say that. So let me just stop. They don't say that. Just a lot of their stuff is kind of, opposite of ours. But so let me go to the word black. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the word black, back into the dictionary. All right. Let's see here. Let's get this going. We are going to go to the word black. All right, we're at the word black. Okay, so it says here, black, first of all, is an adjective. Anglo-Saxon word, black, which is spelled B-L-A-E-C or B-L-A-C. Opposite to white, says dark complexioned, Negro. Totally, now check this out, totally without light, incomplete darkness, dark. This is what I want you to focus on. All right, let's see. Let's just break it down. Wicked, disgraceful, sad, dismal, sullen, angered, without hope, as a black future. As a noun, it says black pigment, opposite of white. Of course, we know this is just not a noun. Dark clothing, as for mourning. A person of dark complexion, a Negro. To blacken, to soil, to put blacking on shoes. To black out. It says to lose, which is to cover, as with pencil marks, to cause to black out, and to lose consciousness. All right. So, that's what black means. It definitely doesn't say anything about the word MOOR. Now, we do have where it comes down to black amour, which is when we get into this, we're going to see that the word black amour is actually an oxymoron. All right. It says black or more. It says black adjective plus more, which is the noun. All right, any dark-skinned person. So again, let's focus on what they say black mean, because a lot of these people say black means, or more means black. Now, also what we have to comprehend with the word black is that, first of all, it's not a so-called African word. It does not come from a language that is indigenous to the land or the continent of Africa, modernly known as Africa today. It is not a word that comes from the languages that were spoken by any of the dark-skinned nations that inhabited the continent or inhabit the continent of Africa. That is something that was brought to them by foreigners, by pale-skinned Europeans known as Anglo-Saxons. Okay? And again, it says here that the word black, B-L-A-K, adjective, which is Anglo-Saxon, B-L-A-E-C or B-L-A-C, opposite to white, dark complexioned Negro. It says, now pay attention to this. This is what I want y'all to focus on. Totally without light. Incomplete darkness. Dark. Evil. Wicked, angered, without hope, a black future. All right, so it's saying it's something that lacks light in any form. Light in knowledge, light in civilization, light in a bright, successful future. You know what I mean? It lacks light, period. So much that it lacks light that it deals with being wicked, evil, angered, unconscious, not in the light in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay, that's black. All right. Now, what we are going to do is, what I also need people to comprehend is that, you know, we'll go to more. And for instance, what I would say is, for people to get what I'm saying with the word more, you may want to go to a website called etymonline.com. That's ETYMONLINE.com. That's etymonline.com. Because you probably don't got this dictionary, so you may want to look up, if you got another, electronic device, you can look this up. So we've already seen that the word black, like we just went back into the word black, and we saw that it has a negative connotation to it. Wicked, dark, totally without light. Those is what I want you to focus on. Totally without light, in complete darkness, dark, unconscious. This is what it says. Now, considering that people say that the word more means black, we have to comprehend that a lot of people are thinking from a Western perspective, because, okay, so I say a Western European perspective, not from the perspective of the language, or from the perspective or the culture or the customs of the people that actually, how can I say, created the word or coined the word for themselves. All right. So we're going to go to more here, and we're going to see what it means from a Western perspective. All right. And a lot of times we have so-called, brothers and sisters that's supposed to be conscious, who still call themselves black, and they're supposed to be educated in certain sciences. They also still think from a Western perspective. And that's not to take a cheap shot at anybody. That's just, it is what it is. It's not to take a cheap shot at anybody whatsoever, but you can tell by how they, break down certain words and things. They're going from the perspective of the colonizer, and not from the perspective of the people, the actual people. So more. Okay, now here, check this out. So it says more. Remember, everybody says that black means more. That's what a lot of people are saying, or more means black. That's what people say. That's what they fall back on to still call themselves black. Okay, it says more. Now check this out. This is a noun, not an adjective. This is a noun. Okay, it says a member of a Muslim people of mixed Arab and Berber descent living in Northwest Africa, a member of a group of this people that invaded and occupied Spain in the 8th century. Okay, now that's their definition of it. And see, if you go to etymonline.com, you'll see they'll dance around with the word because they don't want to necessarily get to the fact and show that the word means other than what they are saying. So we can see here it says nothing about black, but what we do have established about MOOR is that it does give you a people that have nationality. And it doesn't say anything about darkness or wicked or anything like that whatsoever. It doesn't say anything like that. Okay. Now let's compare it again. Let me go back to black real fast. Bam. Just like that. Bam. Okay, black is an adjective. It's an Anglo-Saxon word as well. It's a European, so-called white man, as y'all would say. Though I seriously suggest that you stop dealing with colors when you are talking about proper and pronouns. You know, living beings. When you're talking about living beings, you need to get away from colors. Okay. Okay. So black, B-L-A-K, which is an adjective, and it's an Anglo-Saxon word. Okay, and it's spelled in Anglo-Saxon B-L-A-E-C or B-L-A-C. Black means opposite to white, dark complexioned, Negro, totally without light, complete darkness. Now, let me see if I got something down here. And I do. And hopefully I can find it too. Because I've been avoiding this. When it comes to this, I've really been avoiding this every time I've been looking at this definition, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Because when I'm looking at the word black, it's telling me to look at the word color. But see, what I have to have my people comprehend is that when they are you know, signing all these government documents and everything, when they're getting jobs and they're signing up for government assistance, and then nobody's knocking anybody for signing up for so-called government assistance, but I'm just trying to make a point here. When they sign up for government assistance, they go ahead and mark down that they're black. Now, this law dictionary of mine is beat up. This is how you can tell I study. All right. Okay, now this is how you can tell this definition. This is what I want you to see, because this is a game that's being played. Now, when I'm looking at the word black here, it says adjective, black, B-L-A-K, Anglo-Saxon, B-L-A-E-C, or B-L-A-C. It says opposite to white, see color. So basically what I was trying to get at when I say that a lot of us mark that we are black on these government documents, you're dealing in so-called law. Now, this right here comes from a law dictionary. So I need you to comprehend the reason why I go in on this stuff, because this is a law as well, is what I'm trying to get y'all to comprehend. And it has a lot to do on how we are treated in society. Okay, so the law dictionary, it's a Black's Law Dictionary, 6th edition. I have the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, but this is just most on hand. It says color. It says an appearance, semblance, or simulacrum as distinguished from that which is real. Hence, a deceptive appearance. You see that? So the color is fraud. It's fake. It's not real. Real people don't identify themselves with color. An appearance, semblance, or simulacrum as distinguished from that which is real. That's illegal. That's a law definition. That's what the definition of color is at law. Hence, look, a deceptive appearance, a plausible assumed exterior, concealing a lack of reality, a disguise or pretext. That's a pretext, means an excuse. So when you're saying that you're black in law, you're saying it's just an excuse for you to be here because they then wrote up some codes that allows you to function in some shape, form, or fashion. I mean, and wow, they They allow corporations to do the same shit. So basically, color means fake. It means fake. So when you're telling these people this on these legal documents, you're telling them that you're not real. You're not a real person. This is what you're telling them. All right. So we got that black means totally without light in complete darkness. Dark. Okay. Let's jump back over here to MOOR real fast. And then we're going to start getting into that alkaline, not the meat of it. We're going to start getting into that alkaline. Okay, so it says MOOR, a member of a Muslim people of mixed Arab and Berber descent living in Northwest Africa, a member of a group of this people that invaded and occupied Spain in the 8th century. That's a lie. We didn't invade. What we did was we came and got our shit back in the first place, and we civilized some people. That's a lie. But see, this is what you can expect coming from the European perspective. You cannot invade your own shit. Okay? We have this, and this is why I need our people to understand is that you cannot look at this from the European's perspective. Now, let me show you this as well with this word MOOR. Now, you know when I did that word black, they told me exactly what language it came from. First of all, when it comes to MOOR here, it does not tell you what language it came from. It does not even tell you. It does not. It does not tell you whatsoever. And let me tell you, the reason why the one reason they don't do that is it doesn't trace back to black. One thing, since you can't do that, you can't trace it back to black. So that right there kills the fact that the word MOOR and black is the same thing. Because if that's the case, I should see Anglo-Saxon right here after the word MOOR. Or I should see French. I should see Latin. I should see something like that to give me the origin of that word. And it doesn't. It just says noun. But guess what? Since I've been studying for like 9-10 years, I know the origin of the word. I got it. I'm gonna get that for y'all. Okay? So that right there just kills the argument that MOOR means black. Even in the European context here, you don't see that the word black and MOOR is the same thing. It doesn't say Anglo-Saxon. Black is an Anglo-Saxon word. It says that. B-L-A-K, B-L-A-E-C, B-L-A-C. That's dark, wicked, totally without light. And it doesn't say that about MOOR, but it gives MOOR a description for people. And not even a description, it's a noun. So it is a people. An adjective is a description of a people. So anybody could really, be black by their actions. Or they could be actually black by just being pale, or just being dead, or being black at law, which is being civilly dead. All right, so now we're about to get into the word MOOR. Okay, so first of all, let me say this because I know we got people that come from different schools of thought. I'm about to get into the origin of the word MOOR. And let me say, first of all, I'm calling it Hebrew or Ibri or Ivrit. Some people might say it's Canaanite. Some people might say it's Moabite. Some people might say it's Kimite. Some people might say it's Amorite. Some people might say it's Cushite. And guess what? It is. It's all of that. Because those people all spoke the same language. Yes, they did. Yes, sir. So you can call it Moabite. I won't have an issue with it. You're just telling me that I'm just like, I don't know, how would you say for a person that knows 8 languages? I mean, shit. That's fine. It's Hebrew to me, but if you want to call it Canaanite, I don't have a problem. If you want to call it Moabite, fine. I don't have a problem. If you want to call it Kimite, shit. I don't got a problem. Cushite, I'm fine. Amorite, shit. Hittite if you want to. Hell, I'm all good with it. Okay? So, books we are going to be using, we are getting away from the Western perspective, all right? The books we are going to be using here is the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible. It says Hebrew letters, words, roots, defined within their ancient cultural context. That's good. You see, now that's what it's about. When you can get it broken down in its ancient cultural context, this is truly, truly going to destroy the lie that MOOR means black. Now, again, remember that I said earlier in the video, and not that I said, but what we read from the European dictionary, from a European language, from a European word, black, that it means totally without light, darkness, unconscious, which is without light, knocked out, blacked out. And our people are that on so many different levels. That's why whoever put that word on us, they were some very crafty people, and you have to give credit where credit is due. You have to give it to them. I mean, because damn, we even went out of our ways to even fit those descriptions in how we live our lives, in the culture and the things that we glorify. We love death. We love it. We love it. I remember at one point in time, I noticed, what is it, back like 2010, 2009, and 11, everybody was running around with Christian Dior on, with a bunch of damn skulls and bones and shit, just looking like something off the Thriller video, just glorifying and carrying death and putting life into that vibration. And maybe that was the spell, and maybe it's just now taking effect now. Maybe that's what it was. Because y'all love them skulls with them snakes and them ribbons and them lighters and them tight ass jeans and them funny shirts. Y'all love that shit. It was cute. It was Christian Dior. And what were you doing? You were being black. You were advertising death, because that's what black means. All right, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to get into this word more. Now, remember that I said earlier in the video that, not that I said, but the dictionary said, European dictionary, European word said black means darkness. First, we're going to get into this. The word more, when I first came into these studies, I was told that the word more literally meant one of light. That's what I was told. That's what I heard. That's what I was told. But see, the universal rule in more science is man knows not by being told, which is why I always tell y'all any information that you get from me in these videos is summarized information. And I appreciate you subscribing and listening and adding comments and going in here, but I'm not doing this for my health. It's for us as a whole. So I expect y'all to go out and look into this information yourself as well. Don't be believers. Okay? Don't be believers. Man knows not by being told. Don't believe it just because I say it and it sounds good and I done put it together real well. I mean, because the man in the church has been doing that for years. Okay? So go look up what I'm telling you. Please do. And don't make me any more special than I am, because all I did was read. I took some time and I read. Don't become a fanatic of me. I'm not any more special than any other flesh and blood being walking this earth right now. Let me tell you that. I am not any more special than any one of you, not whatsoever, not at all. At all. All I did was just open up some books. Period. Okay? So, let's get into the word more in the Hebrew. First of all, let me say that the word more cannot exist without light. And we're going to get into that because the word more in its actual ancient context is mainly made up of the word light in Hebrew, or Canaanite, or Moabite, or Ammonite, or Amorite, Hittite, whatever, Cushite. Okay? The word is mainly made up of light. It cannot exist without the word light being in there. Let me tell you that. So that, we're going to go into that. We're going to go. So let's find the word more. Once again, this is the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Bible, Hebrew letters, words, and roots defined within its cultural context. And it is by a gentleman by the name of Jeff Benner, which of course is a European. But guess what? Truth is universal. And like I said, this is not about racism. We're all the human race. So if the man has some truth to be told, and I ain't knocking it, I'm going to go get it. Okay? Jeff Benner. Look at this. I want y'all to look at this. Get this book. There's no reason for me whatsoever to lie to you at all. Okay? Y'all got that? All right. So, in order for me to find the word more, I have to go to the word light first. Okay? I'm going to do my best to make sure y'all see this. All right. I don't know if y'all going to be able to see that or not. Right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. You see that? Am I pointing at the right word? Yes, I am. This first pink highlighted one right here. You see that? And look at that alphabet right there. Look at that right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's real Hebrew or Canaanite or whatever you want to call it. Okay? And before I go on, let me tell you, this will make it so bad. We're gonna get back to this word light. When I first caught this book, this is, was because I was in the Hebrew Israelite movement, and I was still thinking I was just religified, really what it was. But this book showed me that a lot of European languages come from the Hebrew. You know what I mean? Like, let me show y'all something, man. They take our stuff and they use it against us. Let me show you this. This is the alphabet. This is like the breakdown of it. You see? This is like the breakdown. Look at that. This is modern Hebrew right here. These are like older scripts right here. And I can read and write most of these. That's what makes it so bad. So when I got outside the the Christianified version of the Hebrew Israelite movement and started looking at stuff for what it was, I had to drop a lot of stuff that I learned in that stuff. I really did, because I had to drop a lot of that stuff. It was really sad. I suggest that a lot of you brothers and sisters really get away from that religified version of it and deal with it from a national perspective. And let me see. And then I think it starts getting into the Greek. Now look, let me get this right here. Do that. Bam. So this is the Hebrew alphabet, or Canaanite or whatever. And then, it shows how the Greeks got it. And then the so-called Romans got it. And this is where you get the English alphabet from, but it just doesn't hold the same meanings that these letters do when you look at them, because each letter actually has a meaning of its own. So they take our stuff, okay? They take our stuff, right? Look at this. This is our stuff. There's different dark-skinned nations within so-called Africa that use these scripts, and some of them are probably still using them. Look, they still use these scripts. And over here, they were being used in North America. They were being used in the most ancient of times. But see, we gave it to the European man. He got it. He got it from the Hebrew MOOR. From doing commerce with the Hebrew MOOR, this is where the Greek got the Greek alphabet from. Okay? You see, they take our shit and then they flip it all of the time. All of the time. Okay. So, let's get back to the word light. Ugh, they got me searching for the light now. I done lost it. Just bear with me, folks. Now, I know. How the heck did I lose that? And I know this alphabet literally like the English. Now, 1021. You know what? I'm in the wrong section. That's why. Bam. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, we got the word light, which in modern Hebrew is or you can say awar, or you can say awar. And it's probably different ways of pronouncing it, but the thing is that cannot be argued when you see it in its alphabet, right? And I'm gonna show it to y'all because I wrote it out. When you see it in its alphabet, it's gonna translate the same. Okay, you got this right here. And see, in our language, we write from right to left, not left to right. So I don't know how y'all seeing it, but it's kind of reversed for me. Look at that. Mayim, Aleph, Alaf, Wa, Ra'ash. And right here is the word light, or it can also mean fire. and see. Okay, this is or right here. Aleph wa ra'ash. Aleph wa ra'ash. Okay, that forms light. That's or, awar. This is mayim. It means water. It's one of light. Okay, now, like I said, I had heard that, but when I started studying the language, this is what I got right here. Awar. Modernly, it's now MOOR. Modernly, it's now MOOR. Okay, you can see it spelled like this in certain places. You might see people with this in their name. Maurice. Moripovich. MOOR. Okay, now let's read and see what it says. Okay, it says MOOR or. It says to be light or bright. All right, it says to be light or bright. Now, in the Bible, in the KJV, it breaks down to light, enlightened. Okay, then it comes back down to it again, light, the light from the sun, moon, stars, fire, candle, or other giver of light. Light, fire, day, bright, lightning, morning. Okay, then it comes down here and it says MOOR. It says light. What gives off light? Okay, now, this is MOOR again. This is the ancient Hebrew right here. I want to tell you, I'm not about to use that modern. Kick rocks. I'm not about to use that. This is what I'm using right here. This is what y'all gonna get schooled on right here. All right. Here goes light again. This is Aleph. This is Wa. This is Ra'ash. Awar. Because this makes the W sound. Awar. Or you could say or. In modern Hebrew, it's or. All right. This is where you get the name Uriah from. Okay. This is the first three letters of the name Uriah. Or Uriel. I just ain't got the L in there. Okay. Look at that. Ma'awar. Ma'awar. One of light. Look at that. It's right here. See, they couldn't tell you that in that European dictionary, but you will run and call yourself black, and then you argue with us and tell us that black or more means black. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go into this older Hebrew lexicon that I got. And shouts out to my cousin Masharath Ya Allah Ben Yasha Allah for gifting this and bestowing this upon me, and we make it so bad. When I first copped this one right here, this lexicon told me that I should have this one, so it's like it all worked out. It all worked out. All right. So, what we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go to page 22. Because I was already prepared for y'all for this. Page 22. And here, and it's in Strong's, and the Strong's Concordance is number 3974. It says Ma'awar in same alphabets. It's the same exact alphabets, except it's using the modern Hebrew. I'm sorry. It's using modern Hebrew. I got to keep it all Aboriginal. This is the Aboriginal Hebrew here. Okay? That other one is with those people that invaded Palestine. That's what they're using today. We're using the Aboriginal. We're going to allow them to keep their modern. I might use that as my script on Facebook for my, my appellation. But if I had a choice, I would use this right here. This is the Aboriginal Hebrew. That will let them have that modern, that Johnny come lately stuff. They can have that. Now, here we go. A war. This is light right here. MOOR. Because sometimes in the language, this alphabet could be silent, and you got the U. Also, right here, this Y could be a U as well in Hebrew. It is interchangeable. It is interchangeable. This makes the R sound. This is Ra'ash. This makes the R sound. So this is Ma. Mayim makes the Ma. This represents water. This is Alaf, which represents an ox head, which represents power. It makes the ah sound. This is wah, which represents a tent post, which is okay. That's either wah or u. It shows a connection. It's symbolic to a connection. And also, when you have that in the middle of the Hebrew word, that's called an infix. See, in Hebrew or the Semitic tongues, they have infixes, suffixes, and prefixes. Okay, they have prefixes, infixes, and suffixes. Okay, and this is a suffix. This makes the word, how do I want to say, present tense. Okay, this makes the word present tense. MOOR. Okay, this is a present. That means you're being a MOOR all the time, in action of being a MOOR. It's power in that. You see, the light cannot even be started without the aleph, which represents power first. You see, and look at that. You end off with the head. That's the chief. That's why the Moors are known. That's why in the Bible it says, be a light amongst the Gentiles. That's what it's talking about. See, Hebrews are supposed to be Moors. You Israelites, while you're arguing with the Moors, you're supposed to be Moors. You so-called black people who are running around lying, and you black scholars who are running around lying and saying that Moor means black, you have just been proven wrong. Because Moor is not an Anglo-Saxon European word. Is it a word that the Europeans have borrowed from us and added their own definition onto it? Okay? And Moor is just not Muslim as well. It's not just not Muslim. Moors are worldwide. Okay, so if you are calling yourself black, in reality you are a Moor. You are supposed to be one of light. And you know how you are naturally? Because everybody copies off of us. Everybody copies off of us. They steal our image and they put theirs on there. They take our clothing, they take our rap, our dress, our the way we talk. They took the fucking lottery from us and stole that. Okay? We are a light amongst Gentiles. And as long as you keep shining and abandoning what you are putting out there, they're going to steal your light. This little light of mine, I am going to let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Woo! That is funny. Man, that is funny. So let's go back. We got to do a recap before I close this out. Boy, man, oh man. Boop bobbity boop bop bam. All right. So we're going to go back to black real quick. We got to go back to black because y'all call yourselves this because these people who look, I done showed you that we gave these folks the alphabet so they could even have a language, right? So they could even write, be able to write. We gave these folks a language. They got you years later, got their hands on you, told you was black with their language, right? After we gave them the alphabet, and you believed it. And you come in all these different olive skin tones, all these beautiful tones, and you're black. Right. And if this is what you're saying you are, you need to be at the Nord Center. And wherever they do business at, wherever the Nord Center does business at, if you say this is what you are, you need to be in the Nord Center. Okay? This is ridiculous. I don't understand what all the fight is coming from. I really don't comprehend. You know that these people got their hands on you for at least 200 something years. You know these people forced labor on you for at least 200 something years, deprived you of all types of human rights, your ancestral names, titles to the land, inheritance, vast estate, religion, culture, all of that. And you still keep the name, you have to be insane. I mean, we should be getting a check as a people. We all should be check getters. We all should be getting a good SSI check. You have to be fucking insane. And then this is the thing, right? This is the thing. This is what's so crazy. In other countries, these people get real education, even as children. They do not get the SpongeBob and Patrick treatment that we get in this United States school system, this U.S. school system here. They do not get it. So when these people come here and they've studied English very well, they've studied etymology because that's been a part of their curriculum there. When they've studied these languages and they come across all these people that call themselves this word, and they've studied this damn language and they know that the word fucking means, goddamn, what is wrong? And they know that the word means totally without light, in complete darkness, dark, soiled, wicked, weary, evil, disgraceful, sad, dismal, sullen, angered, mad. Mad is insane. Angered is it's angry. So you're telling them that you're insane, and they see it, how we act, how we carry ourselves. They see it. Like, what type of people has $1 trillion spending fucking power? What type of people has $1 trillion buying power and owns shit? Insane people, black people, those who are, let me show you. Those who are without hope as a black future. Let me see. Those who are lacking in consciousness. Okay. Those who are totally without light of self. Okay, it says it. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the word more for sure. It says in complete darkness, dark, totally without light. And you have an issue calling yourself MOOR. You got some people telling you that you're a MOOR. A much better word to be used to describe you, to identify you than this right here. Totally better word. Much better. Okay, so. Even in the European context of being a MOOR, because they don't say that the word MOOR means black. Now look, they actually add some nationality onto it. This is the whole thing. At least when you can say, okay, well, we're Berbers. Damn, you can Google that and probably find a flag. Somebody could actually maybe get this damn challenge I got going on. You could find yourself a flag. Check this out. MOOR. A member of a Muslim people of mixed Arab and Berber descent living in Northwest Africa, a member of a group of this people that invaded and occupied Spain in the 8th century. I mean, damn, Northwest Africa, you got Northwest Africa, you got Tripoli, you got Morocco, you got Libya. What else you got over there? Don't get me wrong, I ain't the best on the map. You got Tripoli, Morocco, Libya. Well, even still, I was able to name 3 countries, damn it, and you can't say you from any one of them damn countries running around on this black shit. Period. Okay, so what? I can't name all of Northwest Africa over there in the east. Okay, wow, but goddamn, I named 3 countries, and I don't know not one so-called black person that can say, yeah, brother, shit, we from Gambia. Okay, now we got more. We got black means dark, totally without light, lacking light, no light, won't never have any light, dismal, dark, black future. We got that. We got that MOOR, even in the European context, is a people that has a nationality somewhere in that Northwest Africa with a flag, with a constitution, with a language, with a culture, with a religion of their own vine and fig tree. You know, and you know, right, they might have some French people over there bothering their shit being colonizers. They may. But even still, these people are identified as a nation, not in the position that black people are in, civilly, how do I want to say, socially, economically, and politically. Okay? Member of a Muslim people of mixed Arab and Berber descent living in Northwest Africa. A member of a group of this people that invaded and occupied Spain in the 8th century AD. MOOR, that's a noun. But they don't tell you what language. Don't say Anglo-Saxon. But guess what? Judah's son just showed you. Latzaban Yasher Allah El just showed you that the word MOOR is yours. It ain't Anglo-Saxon. Like black. It don't mean deaf. By the way, go back and check out the video titled Grammar, 3rd grade etymology lesson for children and adult bodies. So you can see that black means deaf. And MOOR, even in the European context, we don't got deaf. We don't have that. We don't have a black soul and future. Let's go back to MOOR. Even in the old lexicon, it says MOOR, war, which with the letters, let me tell you so you can go look for them, and I'll say them in modern Hebrew so anybody won't have an issue. Mem, Aleph, Wa, Resh. That's how they say the alphabet in modern Hebrew. Mem, Aleph, Wa, Resh. Okay? For those out there that would like to hear it in the Aboriginal, we have Mayim, Aleph, Wa, Ra'ash. Okay? That's MOOR. It says luminary right there. Ooh, check this out. It says Maori right here. That's Mayim or Mem, Aleph, Wa, Ra'ash, Yod. Let me spell it again. Modern Hebrew. Mem, Aleph, Wa, Resh, Yod. That's Maori. You also see people with that name. It's also pronounced Maury Povich. It says light, light bearer, luminary. Now, you know, that light bearer might throw some of y'all off. Y'all might get to do, oh, Lucifer. Now, let me grab this dictionary because it said luminary. You know what? I don't even got to do that. I don't even got to grab the English dictionary. Guess what? I am the Illuminati. Guess what? I'm a Moor. I am the Illuminati. Go tell your mommy and daddy that. Okay? Now, since y'all keep playing this Illuminati devil worshiping dumbass game, what do you think they are trying to tell you now that you are actually coming into the illumination, the light? They are now trying to tell you that you are the devil. They're trying to take your shit, flip it again. They put these agent niggas online talking all this shit, and now they're trying to tell you that illumination, the light, is the devil. Now, that's what they're doing. What did the Baphomet and they got the horns up and Jay-Z threw up the pyramid? Oh, you mean the shit that your ancestors built? Oh, that pyramid with the eye at the top, the shit that your ancestors built. But it's the devil, and then he poured the blood of Jesus in the water, and it turned into purple and red and yellow green Kool-Aid, and he had a pork bacon sandwich. Shut up. Stop. Y'all are playing. I'm going to tell you all day. That's why I be talking the way that I be talking, because y'all playing. Y'all are playing. That's why I talk the way that I talk. Because instead of y'all going studying, instead of y'all actually going to study, y'all want to be fucking smart Alex about it. And you should look up the word black if you think that's funny. And what are you trying to say? That or you should look up the word more if you think that's funny. I did, in my language, in my culture, where we made it the fuck up. I did. And it says that we are bearers of light. And even from the European context, it says that goddamn, somewhere in Northwest Africa, you are from a people that actually has a nationality. So what is your problem? Is what I have to ask with my brothers and sisters. What is the issue? Because let me tell you this, first of all, you do have those people over there speaking Yiddish in Israel, and some of them are speaking dialects of Hebrew, but that's not, Hebrew ain't their language. They ain't got no monopoly on that shit. They don't have no monopoly on that shit. And guess what? We converted them in 740 AD because they did not want to convert to Christianity or Islam because there was a war between Christianity and Islam. So they was like, shit, since Christianity and Islam come from what the Hebrews brought, we're going to do what the Hebrews do. And that's where you have today's Jewish people from. Period. Hebrew is our shit. This is our language. No disrespect to them, though. No disrespect to them. Shalom. Shalom alaikum. However y'all want to say it, however y'all say it over there. Peace and love. Okay? So, somebody got to come back and refute this. Because, or no, there is no refuting it. There is no refuting it. Okay? What we need to know is that if you are calling yourself black, you are calling yourself dead. You're calling yourself evil. You're calling yourself wicked. You're calling yourself dismal. You're calling yourself mad as in insane. You're calling yourself angry. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, because that's what so-called black people are. They are literally insane. I mean, because they kill each other like crazy. No love, no knowledge of self, no love for each other whatsoever. Fucking crazy. And they would choose to walk in the spirit and in the vibration of death instead of walking in the light. Jesus said, I am the light. Didn't Jesus say I am the light? So I guess he said he's a Moor. I guess he said he's the Illuminati, huh? I am the light, I am the way. So I guess he said he was being a source of light, so Jesus was a Moor. Huh. So you go back and take that to your Black Power movement, since niggas want to use the excuse that more means black so they can still be black. Take that back. Y'all take this video and you spread this link around and you tell them that Allah Tazab and Yasha Allah El says that they are fucking lying. Period. They're liars. And you tell them I said it, and you can lead them back to this video and you can tell them that they're liars. From here on out, after you've watched this video, your blood and the blood of your babies and your family members are on your hands, because you still want to walk around making the word become flesh, just like that Bible say. You still want to walk around saying you're the dead people, the black people. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. You're civilly dead, socially dead, economically dead. Then they come out here and kill your ass again out in the streets. That's fucking 4 times. Shit. Okay? Because y'all playing. Somebody's playing. Somebody is selling out. Somebody is playing. Somebody's playing this Black Nation shit. Somebody is playing this Black Lives Matter shit. Somebody is playing. And I don't care about your feelings. I do not give a fuck about these motherfuckers that want to come on here and try to tell me that I'm black. No, I'm light. I give light to my people. See? Ha! How you like them apples? Made from the best stuff on earth, aboriginal soil. How you like them apples? I give the light to my people because I'm a MOOR. If there's anybody out here calling themselves a MOOR and they want to act like they all secretive with their information, they ain't giving nobody no shit, they act like you got to pay them for some fucking information, fuck them niggas. They ain't Moors. They're black. Those are niggers and fezzes is what we call them. They're black. Stay away from them niggas. You got to pay them money for information. Fuck them. They're liars. Okay? And anybody else that wants to call you black, I'm going to tell you again, they are liars and they are against you, because a dictionary can clear all of that up. Remember how I told you blackamoor was an oxymoron earlier in this video? Right? Black means dark and moor means light. So if they already knew you were a Moor, why did they add the black on and then go down the line and take the black away? To put you in the darkness. Okay? And they ain't telling you that. Are they telling you that on the, what's that damn video? Fucking, what's that video everybody be buying? Changing Colors, True Colors with that damn, 4 volumes out now? They ain't telling y'all that. Y'all niggas watch, I'm sorry. Y'all better than that. Y'all brothers and sisters watch them videos and then y'all come back still black. You still black. So how can somebody say they're bringing you into the light and then telling you when you're done, you're dark, you're death? They send you right back out to death again. Okay? They're lying. You are lying if you are telling these people you are black. I'm going to tell you. And anybody that's outside of us who ain't us and trying to tell us that we black, they fucking lying. And they are your enemy, period. Just as simple as that. They are literally your enemy because they are lying. Anybody that ain't us and trying to tell us that we black, they are a fucking liar. And their mother was a liar, and their father is the devil who was a liar. And you tell them that Allah Tazab and Yasha Allah El said it. And give them the link to this video and tell them to refute it. And tell them to do something scholarly and pick up a book instead of running their mouth online. Tell them. Tell these people to stop holding all these goddamn lectures and giving you so-called light and you still leave out in darkness. You are Moors. It's as simple as that. So-called Puerto Ricans, you are Moors. Dominicans, you are Moors. Mexicans, you are Moors. Nicaraguans, you are Moors. Peruvians, you are Moors. Shall I go on down the rest of Central and South America? You are Moors. Shall I go on with all you so-called black people? You are Moors. You Hebrew Israelites that's playing your Bible thumping game, acting, kicking all this damn Hebrew Christianity around. You're Moors. Get a damn law book and stop playing. Okay, y'all all playing. Moor does not mean black. And if you can prove me wrong, how about this? I got $10,000 bet. How about that? $10,000. Same thing as the last time. Put your link down here with your information. I'll send you a contract signed with witnesses and everything. Color, send it on over to you. You sign it, give me my signed copy back, and we got something that's enforceable in court. Because y'all playing. Put some money on it. Put some money on it if you black. Put some money on it if I'm black. 10,000. Put it up. Put it up and stop playing. Because y'all playing. That's what y'all doing. I'm about to go ahead and get off of here. And remember, you are MOORs. You are light bringers, light holders, light givers. All right? Peace and love. I love y'all. I hope you love yourself. And the only way you're going to do that is to talk positive about yourself. And you cannot talk positive about yourself if you are calling yourself black. I'll tell you that all day. You cannot talk positive about your people if you are calling your people black. Nobody can talk positive about us if they are calling us black. And anybody that's trying to tell us that we are what the colonizer named us, they can go jump in the lake with their mother because they are the enemy. Period. And they're black. They're niggas. They're niggers. Period. Peace and love. I love y'all. I really do. I come across this way because I love y'all. I really, truly do. I truly do. And fuck what a pale skinned nigga got to say. Flat out. Fuck what anybody outside of us has to say. What they 2 cents. Fuck them. But I'm gone.